Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Tevaron here with an update to the Mono White Humans list. This list that I'm running right now is courtesy of We Coexist of the No Goblins Allowed forums. As always, I will put the deck list in a link in the description below if you would like to have access to something that's a little bit easier to access than video form here. The list is fairly similar to what I was running, but more refined, and overall it functions a whole lot better. So we're just going to go through really quickly here. We're running 1 Tevaron, 3 Anointer of Champions, 3 Expedition Envoy, 3 Enshrouding Mist. This is a 1-mana instant that says target creature gets +1/+1 until end of turn. Prevent all damage that would be dealt to it this turn. If it's renowned, untap it. This is a great combat trick and just overall way to keep your creatures alive. Still running 2 Hanweir Militia Captains, 2 Thalia's Lieutenant, 2 Knight of the White Orchid, 3 Consul's Lieutenant, 4 Topin Freeblade, 2 Expose Evil. It's an instant that for 2 mana that says tap up to 2 target creatures and investigate. This gives us a little bit of punch through to get through blockers, as well as a bit of card draw by generating a clue. 2 Declaration in Stone, 2 Bygone Bishop, 2 Always Watching, 2 Make a Stand. Make a Stand is an instant for white and 2 that says creatures you control get +1/+0 and gain indestructible until end of turn. And while the +1/+0 can get you a win sometimes, it's the indestructible that's the most important part of this card. 1 Archangel of Tithes, 2 Kytheon's Irregulars, 1 Gideon Ally of Zendikar, 1 Archangel Avacyn. The mana base is exceedingly simple, 2 Westvale Abbey, and 20 Plains. This mono white deck functions a lot in this meta as mono red did in the previous ones, just without the burn. Unfortunately, if your opponent can manage to stabilize at a decent life total, just as with the mono red deck, you're not going to be able to win. To win, this deck needs to do it quickly and efficiently, which is what we hope to do in the matches. So let's get to it. This is a bit slow. We don't have any 1-drops. However, we're only 1 mana off of Always Watching. Let's go ahead and risk it. It is, like I said, slower than I would like. But we may be able to get... Ooh, mono red. Okay. This may be rough. I actually haven't... I don't think I've faced very many mono red decks with this. It's just nowhere near as popular as it was before. It seems, unfortunately, that white aggro is just better than mono red. Well, it's not mono red. Oh, we may be looking at a prowess build that's also running Goblin Glory Chaser. Alright, Abbott didn't get anything useful. Guess they're just dropping it as a 2/1 prowess creature. And unfortunately, this goblin is becoming renowned. Interesting dilemma. Do we drop Topin Freeblade, which is probably going to just die, or hold up 2 mana and expose evil these guys? I'm going to go ahead and play the Freeblade. Hopefully she will live. If she can survive to the next turn, we may be able to start inching ourselves into this game. Nope. Figured she was going to die to some sort of removal. Okay, we're going to be taking 5 here. Our opponent is down to 3 cards, though. So that may work in our favor. I think the bishop is our best play here, spending our mana efficiently and getting out something else that they have to deal with. And something with 3 defense at that. So that makes it a little bit more difficult for the opponent to remove via burn spells. Okay. I think I am happy to trade here if they will allow it. They may have another instant to pump the abbot further, but no. Okay, great. Well, we're at 10, which is not a great place to be. So, the question is, how do we go about this? I think I want to drop Expedition Envoy into Thalia's Lieutenant. I would have to block with both because this guy is Menace. Either way, whatever two creatures I put out and block with are going to die to it. That is, if we don't get blown out by some bit of removal after blocking. It may be better here to hold up Expose Evil and play it. That's what I'm going to do. And then hope to draw a fourth land so we can play two more creatures next turn. Okay, pause. Expose Evil. Finish. All right. Well, that went through. You know, that's bad. At least he is not trample. Yet. Could very well be Call of the Full Moon in our future, too. I think it's going to have to be Thalia's Lieutenant. And hope we don't get blown out by a Fiery Impulse / Twin Bolt. That was 2 Infectious Bloodlust, right? It was. Okay, there's Joriun. That can draw our opponent some cards, potentially. And we are going to do this. Block. Okay. Well, we're getting out of this turn still at 10 life. Our opponent is getting a couple more Infectious Bloodlusts, it appears. And there's our fourth land that we were hoping for. We could play Kidion's Irregulars. They've got 2 Infectious Bloodlust in hand. The Irregulars would be able to trade with this. That is, if they don't have a second red to cast the second Bloodlust. They don't yet have Spell Mastery either, so 1 Fiery Impulse isn't going to remove it. So let's go ahead and play Kidion's Irregulars. See what transpires here. Fevered Visions. That's not a horrible card for us because we can play our stuff really fast. Just passing. Okay. Well, and what is it that they... 4 or more. Alright, so we need to drop 2 cards, which is going to be these 2. I'm going to go ahead and swing with this Irregulars. That will make him a bit bigger, a bit harder to kill. And we're going to be dropping some blockers in any event. Although if our opponent is pretty burn heavy, we may just get burned out this game with the extra cards that Fevered Visions is going to draw for them. Alright, let's see what we draw off of it. Make a stand's pretty good here. Actually, quite happy to have drawn that. Well, there's Firecraft going to our face. Actually, a bit happier about that than if they had cast 2 Infectious Bloodlusts on the Joriun, which would have made it monstrously huge and drawn them an extra card. Okay, here's the question. Make a stand. Let's see, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 damage. I think Always Watching's a better play here. We'll have the mana up to tap down Joriun or to sack this clue if we want to. Don't want to do it now, as that would put us to 4 when Fevered Visions draws us a card and we would take 2 damage. This is going to be the deciding turn here. If we don't die here, we have a really good chance of winning this game. There's the Infectious Bloodlust. Pause. We're going to tap that Joriun down. Not even let it try to attack. Maybe mispronouncing that. I think it's Joriin, not Joriun. Alright, well, we sat there for a good long time while our opponent did nothing. And I don't know if they conceded or if they lost connection or what. But I want to see if we actually can win this, so I'm going to continue playing. I mean, I know we got the win because they conceded, but barring any trick, we should have it anyway. We've got lethal swinging even without the make a stand. That's insurance for removal. And yeah, we got it. Alright, on to the next one. Okay, that's unkeepable. This is a snap mulligan if ever I saw one. This is not keepable either. This is pretty good for a 6-card hand. Let's keep it. Ooh, Needle Spire's leading off for our opponent. Nice to see Always Watching. Be very, very nice if we get a 3rd land in a reasonable amount of time. Next turn, if we don't draw another 1-drop, I think we're going to drop the Topin Freeblade. If we do get another 1-drop, I will be dropping the Expedition Envoy just to get kind of a critical mass onto the board. But we didn't, so let's swing first. Opponent may want to waste a Twin Bolt to kill this 2-1. I doubt it, but you never know. Not for certain what the opponent has going on here at the moment. Could be some sort of Jeskai something, or could be 4-color Planeswalker-ish something going on. Several different iterations of those decks too. Most are 4 colors. Some are all but blue, and then others are all but red. Generally, you want white, green, and black. Jeskai Tempo, maybe? Definitely Reflector Mage on the battlefield. Alright, Expose Evil. So do we pop this Declaration in stone now? Or just drop a 2nd Expedition Envoy? I kind of think we just declare this thing in stone and keep swinging. Really wish I had a 3rd land at this point, but when you run a low curve deck, you gotta expect things like this to happen every once in a while. It's the price you pay for trying to be low to the ground. So this deck does stray into the upper casting costs at times. And now Nahiri is going to eat our Expedition Envoy. That's unfortunate. Come on, land off the top. Don't care what it is. Plains or Westfell Abbey's fine with me. And we didn't get it. Alright, let's go ahead and drop our free blade then. Land off the top would have allowed us to play a 2-drop plus the Expedition Envoy. Then the next turn drop Always Watching, which would have been very good. Opponents almost to enough lands to activate Needle Spires here. This one came into play tapped, otherwise they would be. Here he's ticking up. Are they going to discard a card? They are. Discarding a Plains to loot. And second Reflector Mage. That's very bad for us. I think we're going to get tempoed out of this game. Well, we pretty much have to drop the Consul's Lieutenant here. And then Nahiri's over there threatening to kill anything we swing with when it comes back to their turn if we don't deal with her. Unfortunately, we have to swing to deal with her. And again, the best top deck for us is going to be a land here. Always Watching will negate Nahiri's exile ability, because if it's an artifact or creature, it has to be tapped. Miss again. Alright. Well, I'm going to drop a token free blade and just pass back. Or get it, counterspelled. That could happen too. Our opponent is down to 2 cards here. So that may be relevant. Another telling time? Oh, sacking a clue. Gotcha. Alright, Nahiri can ultimate next turn if they want to. That's not really something you generally want to do with Nahiri, though. Discarding Avacyn's Judgment and madnessing it. There's Avacyn's Judgment. Getting use from the card even though it's been discarded. That's what Madness is rather good at. So we're going to take 2 here. Opponent is now up to 4 cards. And they got use out of the one they discarded to Nahiri. Still stuck on 2. Well, another token free blade. Another counterspell. Well, that's both Scatter to the Winds. Gone now. So any future counters are going to be something else. Not that, we could pay any extra for, say, Spell Shrivel or anything like that. Alright, discarding the 3rd Reflector Mage. I'm actually glad to see that go. But Linvala is not very nice to us. Gaining our opponent 5 life and a massive 5/5 body on the board. And at this point, I don't think there's any way we're going to get out of this situation. I suppose we can try. So they are tutoring for something with Nahiri. Now it goes back to their hand at the end of turn. Could be Ulamog, though. That would be awful. Okay, Jace. Well, I guess you can flip Jace, can't you? That'll work. Then it is a different card because it exiles itself before flipping, unlike the Shadows over Innistrad werewolves and such. They just flip in place. the Origins flip walkers exile themselves first. Wall of Resurgence. This is a very interesting deck. Very interesting indeed. All right. Well, if we're going to win, we can't be blocking. We're not going to win. Spoilers, sorry. And we're not coming back from this. I just want to see what else this deck has going on. Let's see, Addison's. Well, we'll take 5 for sure next turn. We're going to have 2 more creatures, which we can block if we'd like. And let's go ahead and drop our 2 1-drops, now that we actually have 2 1-drops in hand. And see if our opponent can kill us. Maybe with some minor bit of burn or something. Or any removal, really. If they can kill 2 of our creatures, even with non-burn removal, we'll be dead. Alright, looting with Nahiri. It is very interesting to note you don't have to discard to Nahiri's uptick. A lot of people misread that. It does say may, but if you don't draw the card, you just get the +2 loyalty. Which is relevant at times. Sometimes you just want that loyalty and you don't want to get rid of any of the cards in your hand because you do have to discard first instead of drawing first like a lot of effects do. Well, I think they probably should have attacked before plussing Jace, because now I'm definitely going to block with what they plussed on. Not that that's hugely relevant at this point, but in other games it could be. Games that are closer than this blowout. Not swinging with... Okay, I was about to say. Well, since you offered it, I am going to trade with this. I mean, we're going to 1 no matter what here. At least to 1, if not to dead. I'm going to blink your reflector. Okay. Bounce our Anointer. And we are at 1. I mean, we can survive 1 more turn. So I guess I will. I mean, no reason not to just put up a fight, I suppose. As ineffectual as it will be. Pause. Tap those down. Make no mistake though, we are dead here. All right. Ticking up a nothing or flashing something back? Is there any burn in the art? I mean, Avacyn will kill me, won't it? Yeah. Burn me out with Avacyn. Avacyn's Judgment. Yeah, cast it. Trying to make me concede? Come on, opponent, finish the game. What happened? What happened there? I don't understand what just happened. Okay. Well, on to the next one. Question mark. Okay. Well, this is an unusual hand, but I'm going to err on the side of keeping it. We have a good curve, minus the one drop, which we could top deck, and 3 lands, which I'm happy with. Well, 4 lands. So I'm happy with that since we can cast Gideon for sure. I just hope we don't continue to draw them. It's a delicate balance in a deck like this. Drawing too many lands is definitely worse than drawing just a couple. Even though you do need, more than 2 to function. You can function fine on 2 lands, but not optimally. As was evidenced by that last game. That we won and yet didn't win, and all kinds of other weird junk. Alright, is it control? It just might be. Well, let's go ahead and drop Bishop. Next turn we can always watching with Tevaron. Or Gideon, if we'd like. It's when you cast, not when it comes into play. Well, Exquisite Firecraft is going to eat the bygone Bishop. Or cook it. Whatever terminology you prefer. I think I want to cast Gideon here. Just because of what we've seen played by the opponent so far, I think Gideon is going to be very important in this game. If we can keep him alive. Storm Chaser Mage. So here is a prowess deck. Slip through space. Alright. There's 2. Do you have a Titan Strength to finish Gideon off? I'm assuming that's what you're attacking. And it seems you don't. So that's good for us. So you could deal the last 3 damage next turn, perhaps. Okay, well, we did draw a 5th land. I'm actually not all that upset about it. We are going to play an Always Watching. Then we could get a plus counter on our Gideon with Thalia's Lieutenant. I don't know that that is a great idea. Let's just go ahead and activate him. Make him a 5/5. Then we will swing. And I suppose I will be swinging with the Knight Ally as well. Then we'll play Tevaron. Okay. So they're going to need 2 pumps on the Storm Chaser to kill Gideon. Tevaron's here to block Mage Ring Bully, short of any removal. Well, there's 1 pump on both creatures. And there's 2 pumps. Yep. All right. What is going on today? How did this so many bugs in this game. How did this majoring bully not have to attack, I wonder? Oh well. That's just the way it goes, I suppose. Game is sinking. Okay, it did attack. Well, there's the damage to me. I guess I didn't block. Which I wouldn't have in any case, but it would have been nice for me to actually have that choice. Alright, let's get in there. I do want to hold make a stand for possible removal at more than one creature. If they try to kill Kithion, I have the mana to make him indestructible on his own. Chandra. So here will probably be where we'll be casting Make a Stand. Maybe. If she doesn't tick up, which... yeah. Pause. Make a stand. And opponent says that's that. And that's that for us as well. Well, that will be it for this video, friends. I do hope you've enjoyed this gameplay with the updated mono white humans. Again, I will put a link to the deck list in the description. And until next time, friends, be excellent to each other.